I have just moved home from uni, which means for the first time in 4 years, all of my books are in the same place. So now that I've gone through everything, let's talk some of the books I'm going to unhaul. And I'm going to start controversial. We're starting with literally everything Sarah J Maas that I own. I bought these sets maybe between 5 and 7 years ago. I gave them a go. I couldn't get into them. I know there's been some controversy around this author. They're gonna go. If you're interested in any of these, they are all going to be listed on Vinted. To stay controversial, we're also unhauling Intermezzo and Normal People by Sally Rooney. I read Normal People must have been about 2020, 2021. I gave it 2 stars. I could not get into it. People say you get past the speech marks thing. I never did. I tried Intermezzo this year and ended up DNFing it. I just don't get on with Sally Rooney's writing style, and that is okay. Next we have some YA that I'm unhauling. First we have Leah on the Offbeat and Imogen, obviously, by Becky Albertalli. This is nothing to do with the author's writing style. I just don't necessarily love the bisexual characters and how they're depicted in these books. I didn't love it when I read them, so they are going to take up space on my shelves. We also have Infinity Sun by Adam Silvera. I believe this is also another queer YA with a fantasy element. We have The Lying Life of Adults by Elena Ferrante. I've literally just never got around to this one. It's been sat on my shelf for so long that I don't think I'm going to get around to it, so it's going to a new home. And finally, The Tattooist of Auschwitz. I've had a lot of controversy from historians who suggest that this is not the most ethical way to tell this story, that there's not a whole lot of historical accuracy, especially considering that the author claims it is 95% the truth. I just think there's a level of responsibility. If you're writing a book about the Holocaust and concentration camps, you have to do it historically accurately. This one doesn't sit quite right with me. We're gonna get it off the shelves. And this is one I forgot to pre-get off the shelf, but it Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. If Colleen Hoover has no haters, I am dead. I am not a fan of Colleen Hoover. I don't think this should be marketed as a romance book. If you want to talk about domestic abuse, that is not a romance story. That is a contemporary story with elements of exploring complex relationships. That by no means should be marketed as a romance book. Before we even get into any of the wider thoughts on the author. So this is coming off my shelves now.